Ya boleh ASEGRAP, asik. Sekarang kita ngisi 2 ini dulu ya. Si Sebastian kayaknya belum nongol, langsung aja rollin. Anjay. Cus, lanjut. Betul gimana skrapsnya? Mau selesai, asik. Lanjut. Oke, kita ke mana? Oh nggak ada tandanya. Cat map. Nanti dulu aja. Terdekat quest. Oke. Wih, lagi pada makan bro.
I have been meaning to speak with you.
Oke.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, she would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was. Truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed. Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Curhat doang ya? Kayaknya mah. curhat, cenah pengen didengar. Centaur. Oke. Oke. Thank you, Ngap. Let's go. Kita ke Poppy, my lovely. Yang penting tuh Poppy, Natsai, sama Sebastian doang. Dari Ravenclaw tapi nggak ada ya? Iya, harusnya mah ada. Jeronimo. Oke.
You made it.
Iya sayang, aku sampai.
I take it this means you had some luck at the library?
It took a few hours and some eye-watering maps, but I think this might be the cave Doran told us about.
Impressive. Especially with how little information he gave us.
Well, I'm still not sure this is the cave, but it did seem the most promising. I stumbled across some folklore about a cave in the area that people avoid. Seemed the perfect place to hide something of value. It's a bit of a leap, I confess, but might a mysterious item such as a special moonstone be hidden in an equally mysterious cave? I think I'm desperate for anything at this point.
Did you discover why people avoid this cave?
Ridiculous, really. Rumour was that the cave drove people mad. I couldn't find any account by someone who had been in the cave, though. So either it is a rumour, or anyone who went in wasn't in any state to speak of it afterwards.
Well, we're here. We might as well have a look.
Agreed.
Oke.
I wonder if you got
Revelio.
blind from staring directly at a moonstone.
Oke.
Revelio. You don't think the rumors about the cave are true, do you?
I suppose we'll find
Accio.
out, won't we?
Revelio.
Oke.
It's another active one.
Compulso. Descendo. Flipendo. Glacius. Compulso.
Oke.
Descendo.
What is going
enjoy.
on with them?
Compulso.
Dar. Oh, ini bakar.
Incendio.
Oke, ini kayak akan pilih gue bener.
Lumos.
Lumos.
Harusnya kita kesini cina.
Revelio.
Lah,
Revelio.
apa yang berubah? Tidak ada yang berubah. Saudara-saudara. Betul ya?
Revelio. Compulso. Revelio.
Whoopers.
I beg your pardon?
This must be how the rumor about the cave started. The Whooper's song is said to drive anyone who hears it mad.
Accio. Revelio.
If the moonstone is here and so also, I wonder if it's being protected.
Accio. Revelio. Accio.
Why am I
Revelio.
not surprised? First the
Accio.
Whoopers and now this.
Revelio.
cloths for those spinners.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Accio. Lumos.
Lumos!
Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Revelio.
Anjay, gua nggak tahu kok. Ini perlu diapain ya?
Arresto momentum. Levioso. Bombarda. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Confringo. Defender. Depulso. Descendo.
Oh,
Depulso. Accio. Depulso.
oh, tadi berarti diputer tadi tuh diputer, tidak terputer di sini bro. Lupa gua, udah lama nggak ada modelan bentukan kayak gitu. Di sini tuh diputer, sayang, diputer. Puter. Apa yang terjadi?
Revelio.
Tidak ada yang terjadi, bajingan. Ter. Oh enggak, ini
Arresto momentum.
diperlambat. Ya, oh ada yang terjadi, bro. Diputer, naik, bro. Weng. Gue nge-record jam berapa? Jam 12:30. Terus ada suara-suara aneh gue. Oke, gue lepas headset ah. Gue ngerasanya ya. Ih, merinding deh. Aku takut.
Another obstacle.
Oke,
I'm sure we can work out a way
ambil
across.
kira pasang sini. Pasang atuh kok. Satu lagi.
Revelio. Depulso. Accio.
Oke, nggak ada apa-apa. Ngapain juga? Kalau nggak ada apa-apa mati. Oke.
Lumos.
Ini kita tarik. Kita bawa dia ke sini, bro. Dar. Oke.
Depulso.
Dar. Oke. Dar. Oke. Oh, ngerti gue caranya, bos. Sayang.
Merlin, it's
Naik lu.
beautiful.
Lihat. Oke.
Depulso.
Dar. Oh, itu buat naikin itu ya.
Lumos.
Tarik ke sini, bro. Ini ambil. Ayo. Mod. Statue. Keren.
You did it.
You did it. Of
Revelio.
course you did. I did it. Oh, levitate. Harus pintar balik dulu, boy.
Arresto momentum. Levioso.
Oke. Aduh, salah. Oke. Oke. Nggak bisa ya? Oke. Dipendo. Baru Levioso. Oke. Oke, dar. Dar. Rot.
Revelio. Accio. Ignited pulsar.
Oke. Tiong ayam.
Revelio.
Look, where the water's bubbling. How odd.
Should we take a closer look?
You read my mind.
Oh, medai. Srot. Wah, keren.
Revelio.
It's even more beautiful close up.
Apa ini?
It's got to be here. I just know it.
Incendio.
Groupers are known for
Eh.
this. Never thought
Revelio.
it would happen to see
Bener
this
kalam lu
many
ya
of them.
lama-lama kalau dat.
I don't know. I've been listening to
Lihat.
them for a while
Mak.
now, and I'm starting to lose my mind.
Strength.
Very funny. I was just thinking how it's proof that poachers haven't been here.
Eh?
Assuming this is where the moonstone is.
Oke.
Which means we're one step
Revelio.
ahead of them.
Oke.
Well, we found what we came
Sekolah
for. Now we just
moonstone.
need to bring it to the henge.
Oke.
Well done, Poppy. This did end up being the right cave after all.
A good thing, too. We need every advantage over the poachers if we're to get to the Snidgets first. We should do as Doran suggested and bring the moonstone to the henge.
Shall we?
We shall. If we leave now, we should make it there by nightfall. That's the henge, precisely where Doran said it would be. But now that we're here, I'm not entirely sure how to feel. We knew we were at the cave for the moonstone, but Doran didn't tell us what to expect when we placed the stone in the henge.
I don't think Doran would knowingly send us into danger.
You're right. I suppose I'm worrying over nothing. Let's make our way down. We're nearly at the end of this. I think that's it over there.
How's your gran doing, by the way?
Nothing keeps Gran down. She set up a caterwauling charm and threatened to make a coat out of the next poacher that set foot on her doorstep. I still feel terrible that I'm the reason they went there.
Surely she'll be pleased you've gone after the Snidgets.
I hope so. Gran understands how important it is to protect those who need it. I think we can safely say we know where the moonstone goes.
Whoa!
Oh. That was a mooncalf dance. Do you know how rare it is to see even one? They only ever happen under a full moon. Though I suppose the moonstone allowed it to happen now.
Is the pattern they left behind on the ground normal?
All part of the dance. No one pattern is ever the same, though. We'll need to draw this one to get a better sense of it. Can't wait to tell Gran that I've managed to see not one, but 2 mooncalf dances. She'll be jealous.
You've seen this before?
It was pure luck the first time. I was on High Wing, or I'd never have spotted it. It was the night Well, the night I met High Wing, actually,
I'd love to hear about how you and Highwing met.
I'd actually like you to know. About 5 years ago, Highwing had been captured by poachers. At first, they planned to sell her, but soon decided they wanted to kill her instead. More money, I suppose. I'd finally had enough. I freed Highwing and we ran. We'd flown for ages when I spotted mooncalves dancing below and we landed to watch them. It felt like an omen. A good one. A sign that the worst was over.
What do you mean you'd had enough and the worst was over?
You see, the night I freed Highwing was also the night I ran away from home. A poacher camp. I come from a family of poachers.
Merlin? I don't know what to say, Poppy. I can't imagine what that must have been like for you.
I never fitted in, but the older I got, the more apparent it became. Gran tried for years to convince my parents to let me live with her. Suffice it to say, when I left with Highwing, I flew straight for her house.
How brave. I'm glad you escaped.
So am I. There were so many creatures I was unable to help when I was younger. Now that's all I want to do.
From everything I've seen, you're doing precisely that.
I've had a bit of help. I've never told anyone any of this, but I'm glad that you know. It's nice to have someone to talk about it with.
What was it like growing up in a family of poachers?
The thing I remember most was how much we moved around, always chasing the next big kill. It was chaotic and dangerous and nowhere a child should ever grow up.
Do your parents know about the things you do now? Saving that dragon from the fighting ring, for instance.
We don't speak, or rather, they don't speak to me. Last I heard, they were in Borneo trying to make their fortunes there, acromantulas. However, I wouldn't be surprised if word has got back to them. Some days a part of me hopes that it has. Now that I'm older, I wish I could talk to them, get them to see sense. But sadly, I suspect that wouldn't do any good.
We were around so many poachers in the tent. Were you not worried about being recognized?
Poachers are nomadic, and most of the ones in the area aren't any I'd grown up with. That said, I suspect someone must have recognized me. That's how they got to Gran.
I'm glad you told me.
We should get back to Doran. He'll need to see the symbol, and we've got poachers to beat. If you collect the moonstone, I can make a quick drawing of the symbol for Doran.
Are you finished with the drawing?
Just barely. I think the pattern's a bird. At least that's what it looks like.
Didn't the journal say the key to finding the Snidget lies in the moonlight?
Of course. That's it. We need to show this to Doran. Not that I'd know where to find him at this hour. Perhaps we should head back to the castle and we can track him down after a good night's sleep.
Agreed. I'm ready to leave if you are.
Oke bro, finally kelar. Ada quest lagi nggak? Kita tunggu aja ya. Jadi gua akan identify dulu bentar. Kalau nggak ada, nanti kita akan tutup episode kali ini. Ya. Kok nanti ada lagi ya? Iya boy.
Some days are more difficult than others.
Kenapa cuy?
Natty, is everything all right?
There are times when my father's absence drifts to the back of my mind, and I feel peace for a day or two. But this is not one of those times. I miss him. I miss running with him. I miss Matibeleland. He should still be here. And it's my fault that he isn't.
I'm sorry, Natty. I wish there was something I could do to help.
You have done plenty. In fact, many of my good days are good because of you. The bad days, however, I believe I would feel less helpless if I could truly put an end to Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's miserable lot. Each day they remain free, they do more damage, leaving people like Archie Bickle to suffer the consequences.
I agree, Natty. We'll get them. I've never seen someone so committed to a cause.
Thank you. I believe we will get them, beginning with Harlow. Thank you for speaking with me. It was very helpful.
Oh, dia curhat. Karena ya curhat, ya namanya juga curhat. Apa dong? Iya. Oke, save dulu ya. Nah, ternyata ketika gua ngubung-ngubung all post, buka logbook, ya, gua buka main quest ya. Tapi untuk episode depan aja ya. So, dari untuk video kali ini, jangan lupa temenan, share video, dadah bye, teman-teman, salam terjumpa.